The PlayStation Call of Duty community is still going strong in 2023. After almost 16 years, starting with Call of Duty 3, people still log in daily to relive the golden era of Call of Duty. In today's video, I'll be showcasing you the most active Call of Duty online games on the PlayStation 3 in 2023. In order for me to find truly which is the most active, I performed two tests. I first started by testing every single Call of Duty game on the PlayStation 3 by playing each one on a random Tuesday night, as well as a Saturday afternoon, which is considered peak time for these games. Now, it's worth mentioning, my tests are all done in North America, so your mileage may vary in terms of finding other players if you're outside that region. Also, I want to give a big shout out to the PlayStation 3 online Discord. If you want to find other people who play PlayStation 3 online, definitely join this Discord. They've always been really helpful whenever I had questions and been very friendly. If it wasn't for this community, I don't think I would have started this YouTube channel. Anyways, let's kick this off by exploring one of the most active PlayStation 3 Call of Duty games, Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 released in 2010 to universal acclaim. Considered a step up from World at War, but not as fast paced as Modern Warfare 2, it is a Call of Duty game that's beloved by many of its fans. In my findings, this is still a very active Call of Duty game. Tuesday night yielded results in both TDM, free-for-all, domination, and hardcore team deathmatch. Generally, this is also the case on the weekends as well too. According to the game, it had around 4,000 players on a Tuesday night, which is pretty insane for a 13-year-old game now. Black Ops 1 Zombies is also still very active, with a very solid player count on each map. On the maps I was able to test on my PlayStation 3, I was able to find lobbies with ease during the week and of course on the weekend. If you want to jump straight back into Call of Duty or have never played a Black Ops game before, Black Ops 1 is a perfect starting point. Call of Duty 4. Now, if we're talking about the golden era of Call of Duty, then there's no better example than Call of Duty 4. Released in 2007, Call of Duty 4 put the series on the map and inspired future releases to follow in its footsteps. Call of Duty 4 is mostly popular in both TDM and free-for-all during the week, while on the weekends, you can find the odd game in domination, and if you're lucky, search and destroy. Unlike a lot of other Call of Duty games on this list, Infinity Ward never integrated a player count, which makes it much harder to gauge which mode is the most popular. This is still a very popular Call of Duty game on the PlayStation 3 and is considered one of the best in the series. If you're the type of gamer who wants a no bullshit, fun pick up and play, addicting Call of Duty experience, then this is the game for you. Call of Duty World at War. If you weren't a fan of Modern Warfare setting, then World at War might just be for you. Call of Duty World at War released in 2008. At launch, the game offered a campaign co-op, both split screen and online, zombies, and a full progression multiplayer mode. This was exceptional value in 2008 and even in 2023. World at War is still a pretty consistent game during the week and on weekends. I can't think of many times where I would play this game and not find at least one lobby. Now, World at War is mostly contained just in TDM, but there was some odd times where I found matches in free-for-all, capture flag, and if you're very lucky, it's underrated war mode. Now, Zombies is still active during the week and on weekends, but it's a much smaller player population in comparison to Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Despite that, I was still able to find lobbies with ease. One issue I'll bring up about World at War is that it cycles DLC maps a lot more frequently in matchmaking than any other game on this list, which tends to result in half the lobby disconnecting due to not having the DLC maps, which is something to consider, especially if you're playing this game in 2023. Also, if this video has been helpful so far, please consider leaving a like or even a subscription. Thank you so much, and back to the video. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, released in 2021, is definitely one of the most underappreciated Modern Warfare games. It wasn't the groundbreaking experience people expected from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, but it did iterate on what made Modern Warfare 2 well in its own way. This game is still well alive and kicking in 2023. I was able to find lobbies in both domination and TDM on a weeknight, with free-for-all and search and destroy be more popular during the weekend. One thing worth mentioning about Modern Warfare 3 is, it's one of the games on this list that didn't come across modded lobbies as often, so that's always a plus. This is still a good bet if you're going back into Call of Duty, as you're going to find a lobby one way or another playing this game. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. One of the series' first big departures, but in the best way possible, Black Ops 2's legacy still lives on the PlayStation 3. During the week, TDM ranked as the most popular mode. Sometimes you could find lobbies in free-for-all, but it wasn't as consistent. During the weekend, it's mostly just TDM and hardcore TDM, which is, never a dull moment.
Then they fucking flashbanging. Who the fuck is flashbanging me?
Zombies, on the other hand, is still very popular. I had no issues finding lobbies throughout on the week and on weekends. I believe this is one of the best zombies experiences Call of Duty has ever released, and it makes a lot of sense. I wasn't able to check the DLC maps as I personally don't have them on my PlayStation 3. I would say though, they're probably just as popular. Now, Black Ops 2 has one glaring issue that none of these Call of Duty games have. For a lot of gamers, this game is broken. Basically, if you made a PSN account past 2018, the game would freeze when you load up the multiplayer menu. There is workarounds, link in the description down below, which does work, but it's kind of annoying. This might be a contributing factor to the lack of lobbies I found compared to the Xbox 360. Despite this game still has a very good player count in both multiplayer and zombies, and it's well worth the hassle. I just wish Sony would fix this bug. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Considered one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time, it's no surprise that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is still doing well in 2023. During the week, your best bet is to stick to TDM, as many of the other modes are nearly not as active. Weekends, you can generally find lobbies in both TDM, Domination, Free-for-all, and Search and Destroy. Modern Warfare 2's player count used to work, but as of lately, it shows 0. Of course, this is not accurate at all. Just don't let this discourage you from playing this game online. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Released at the tail end of the PlayStation 3 in 2015, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 that was a questionable port to say at least. Rough textures, poor frame rate, and overall lack of polish still hasn't stopped people from enjoying this game in 2023, with TDM being the most popular mode, and the odd time maybe Domination, or if you're really lucky, Free-for-all. Zombies, on the other hand, is still surprisingly active. I say surprisingly, as Black Ops 3 Zombies on the PlayStation 3 is hands down one of the goofiest ways to play zombies. Not to go into too much detail, it just feels like the game's being held together by popsicle sticks. It's something you have to experience to truly understand. Despite the negative backlash and how much of a ripoff this game was in 2015, it's still a guilty pleasure of mine. If you can find it for cheap, it's well worth trying it at least once. Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's still got quite a loyal following behind it. Released in 2013 and offered both a multiplayer mode and a secondary mode called Extraction. I first tried Extraction during the week, and it showed that there was lobbies, but I was unable to connect to any of them. This also carried out onto the weekend, unfortunately. This might have been due to my region, but there is somewhat proof that people are still playing Extraction in 2023. Multiplayer, on the other hand, painted a different picture. One thing that Call of Duty Ghosts did right is it actually has a pretty accurate player count. Like Black Ops 3, most people are playing just TDM throughout the week and on weekends. I did see a small amount of players in other modes, but I failed to connect to any of those lobbies, so I can't say with certainty if they actually truly exist or not. If you enjoy a slow-paced multiplayer first-person shooter, this one probably is for you. Now that we covered the most popular on the PlayStation 3, let's talk about the low to non-existent player counts. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare dropped in 2014 to a solid but nothing special reception. During the week, this game has gotten a lot quieter. I used to be able to find TDM lobbies in 2021, but now this is mostly just weekends. During the week, I struggled to find a full TDM lobby or even enough players to even start a game. If you enjoy a fast-paced Call of Duty game that has more of a focus on movement, then you really can't go wrong. And unlike Black Ops 3, it's actually a solid port on top of that. Call of Duty 3. If you want to know the most underrated and underappreciated Call of Duty game, then Call of Duty 3 is it. Released as a launch title in 2006, Call of Duty 3 is a black sheep of the franchise. Treyarch did a lot of things different with this game, and it was quite its own unique experience. Unfortunately, the PlayStation 3 version has seen better days. This game is not very active in 2023 anymore. It still has many loyal players who play this game throughout the week. I was able to find a lobby on a Monday night where it was just me and another guy just glitching around the map. That was a lot of fun. It is more popular on the weekends, but most people play the 360 version instead. I highly recommend joining the Discord community for Call of Duty 3. There's some really nice people there and are always happy to see other people enjoying the game as much as they do. Call of Duty Classic. This is the re-release of Call of Duty 1 that time has forgotten. Call of Duty Classic is still online in 2023. Well, sorta. This is arguably the most dead Call of Duty game on this list. In my time playing this game, I have found the odd lobby here and there, but it's not consistent enough to even consider it low. I hope this video brings attention and traction to this game, as it's still very fun to play, and it's the closest the PlayStation 3 ever got to a Call of Duty 2 style of experience. Hopefully this video inspires you to dust off your PlayStation 3 and revisit the old days. The community is still active, but needs your support to keep trucking on. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoy PlayStation 3 content, I post weekly and enjoy engaging with my community. Please consider leaving a like or even a subscription. Until next time, fellas, peace.